Good morning, everyone. Buddy here from the Denver Homestead. Today, I'm taking a look at the garden watering system once again. As you may know, I had to rip the whole thing up because of the barn, and we shortened our rows. So what I've done is I've trenched a new path for where the pipe is going to go for the new watering system. The same exact technique as I used last time. Each row is going to have its own little on-off valve. But right now, I want to try and make sure that if I have to move it or if I have to do repairs, it's not going to be like it was last time. Because last time I put it too deep. I could not, it was like a pain getting it out. The pipe snapped in several areas. So I trenched this about a month ago, but since we've been working in the garden, it's kind of filled back up. So what I've been doing is just taking the hoe and cleaning it out a little bit. All right, so now I have put down some weed fabric along the whole edge, and I've got this like trenched area, kind of, I mean, as straight as I'm gonna get it. It's got a little curve to it, but it's not too bad. So the idea is just to get this trench covered with this fabric, and then I'm going to use that leftover gravel from when we built the greenhouse to put a bottom layer to it. The chickens are very intrigued as to what I was just pouring out. I don't know if they thought it was food or what, but they're checking it out. So here's what we got. Just a thin layer of gravel in the bottom of the trench. And this is essentially going to be the base for the pipe that runs along to each row. So the next step would be to put the pipe in, get everything connected, and then get some mulch and mulch over everything that's left. Pretty much all the weed fabric on top of the pipe where you would walk down the row. That's it. That's how it's going to look this year. I think it's an upgrade. Works every time. Don't think I've had a chance yet to show you the finished driveway for the barn. Originally we had planned to kind of round these edges, but then as we started thinking about it, how eventually we do want to have an outdoor fire pit area over here, we just went ahead and squared it off just so we could do whatever we wanted with it later. But it's got, you know, this a little bit of a curve here headed out. And they had some extra asphalt after they were done. So they did a couple of extra things. They gave us this little area right here. They covered that up just because it would be easier, you know, not having to deal with it if it's dirt or mud or whatever when you pull in to the barn. And with the crushed rock, you know, I told you they filled some of these potholes up, but they also took some asphalt down to the back of the driveway and filled some more potholes up. So that was really nice of them. But yeah, driveway is looking good. Next week is like high 60s, low 70s. Pretty much all week, but rain also all week. So like a warm front blowing in. So we'll see how everything holds up with the rain. You know, anytime you put concrete or asphalt down, you divert water. So we'll see how all that holds up after an entire week of rain next week. Something else I've got going on today is I'm gonna put kind of like a capstone over the time capsule. My Uncle Daniel did a time capsule for the entire family not too long ago, and I wanted to try and use my engraving machine on some like concrete blocks, like some paper stones. So I did a couple tests. Some of them did not come out that great. Then I think I found the right like combination of settings, because the last one I did turned out pretty good, so I'll show you. I did two down here that you can barely see any writing etched into them. But over here, I got much better on this one right here. But I wanted it to be etched a little bit deeper into it. So I used this red one, and this turned out great. This one definitely turned out the best. So let's go down there and place this over the time capsule. Okay, there it is. Tried to make it as level with the ground as I could get it so that you can mow over it and everything. But yeah, so there's the capstone to the time capsule. It's pretty good. Okay, I got another thing I got to do out here. We have this GFCI that we were using when we were building the greenhouse, and the power kept cutting on and off and on and off. Plugged the tester into it, and it did show that there was a fault, and then it would show normal, and then it would show fault. So I think that this GFCI is just bad. I flipped the breaker, and there is no power running to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace that. All right, so the black wire is hot and white neutral and our ground. So let's go ahead and get this in there. Okay, we got a green light, so it's got power. Let's check our plugs. Okay, we are all good. Green light on both outlets. Okay, well, that is going to do it for this one. Gotta go in and watch some football. Unfortunately, not the Texans, because They got sent home by the Ravens. Sad times. It's a good run though. It's a really good run. Way more than I expected for us this year. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for joining. Catch you on the next one. Bye.